Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. We have a very, very special guest today, newcomer to the space, although it doesn't seem like it. She's been making the rounds. She's up and coming YouTuber, ex-influencer, all that jazz. We have Yielding Grace here. Rachel, how are you this morning?
Hello, I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. You specifically have played such a huge role in mine and my family's investing journey. So I just feel so honored to be able to thank you face to face for having such an influence on us. And I'm so honored to be here.
Hopefully that's a positive influence, although I don't know, but it
A
could go
very
either direction, right? So for those out there that may have not have heard of Yielding Grace or heard of Rachel, do you want to give like a brief introduction of how you came about in the investment world in the YouTube and Twitter X space?
Absolutely. So, a little bit about myself and how that kind of ties into my investing journey. I'm 28 years old and born and raised Jersey girl, but now I live in Florida. However, forever a Jersey
Greater,
girl.
greater.
um, I did not go to college. I went right into working for my family's small business after high school. My parents and I are super close. So, my dad kind of introduced me to the world of investing, and he introduced me to traditional quarterly dividend stocks. And I just love the idea of being able to get paid just for holding shares, even if it was like 20 cents a quarter and it was going to take years and years and years to actually make a difference in my life.
Yeah,
But then he later introduced my mom and I to covered calls. And I thought that was a cool way to make extra income every week. But I wasn't obsessed with it. It was just like, okay, this is cool. So then when he found your channel and started doing research on YieldMax and these high yield ETFs, he came to my mom and I, and we were just floored with those kinds of distributions and yields. It almost seems too good to be true at first. But we were like, let's give it a shot. So I put around 3,000 into Misty. I got 100 shares, and my first $100 distribution that month changed everything for me.
so your first Misty or high yield dividend distro was already $100.
Yeah. So
Nice.
for 100 shares of Misty, I got $100 that month. And that just totally changed my mindset. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. If
Yeah,
I have 1,000 shares, think of how much money I'll be able to make a month. So it
yeah.
kind of just snowballed from there.
So you started out as a dividend investor right away. That's what appealed you to investing
Yeah.
from, I guess, what you learned from your father.
Yes, exactly. I loved the thought of just holding shares and getting paid just for holding those shares. So when these high yield ETFs came about, it was like a match made in heaven. I felt like I won the lottery. I was like, oh my gosh, this is everything that I love about traditional dividend stocks, but I can make so much more and compound so much quicker.
Yeah. So what was before the high yield space? What was the first dividend you got paid on? Do you remember the stock?
So I had three that I kind of were my core. It was AT&T, IVR, and MPW. Those were the ones that my dad was like, I think you should start with these and go
Yeah.
from there. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll do that. So when I would see like 20 cents every quarter, I'd be like, oh, yay, I got paid just for literally doing nothing and hitting the buy button.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, AT&T, I think that was my first 51 cents for, I don't even remember. But yeah, I was like, yes, like there's a way to get paid
Yeah,
besides going and sit in a cubicle, all day. So,
exactly.
all right, now the burning question, why would you jump into the crazy social media space of YouTube and Twitter?
Yeah. So I had this conviction for so long to share my story, but I kept ignoring it and really trying to get it to go away. And To be honest, I think I was really afraid of the high yield haters. I have been on X for some time before I started posting, and I would just constantly see people
Wait,
bashing.
were you a lurker? Were you a
I was
lurker?
I was a lurker, yes.
Okay.
And I would just see people having such a negative headspace about these high yield ETFs. So I was a little scared to jump into this world. And then one day I was like, I can't ignore this anymore. Let me, make a video, start posting a little bit, see what happens. Maybe I'll gain, a couple followers, be able to inspire some people. But I never thought that it would turn into what it has so quickly.
Yeah, so you started the channel about 4 weeks ago. Obviously, some serious growth. I think 3,000 subscribers, I think the last time I checked. But that is not normal.
No,
So congratulations on that.
thank you.
It's pretty big. But what's your favorite thing about YouTube so far, and what were you surprised about or upset about maybe?
Well, my favorite thing is to be able to connect with people and help inspire people. When I get messages saying that I helped inspire them look into high yield ETFs that they had no idea even existed, and they got their first distribution payment, that makes it so worth it to me. There have been the nasty haters, but I've had a few mental breakdowns, I'm not gonna lie. But those people, the people like you, the people who say that my story has helped inspire them and they want to teach their kids because of it, that makes it so worth it for me. And I just have to keep that at the forefront of my mind. It helps me keep going.
Yeah. And by the way, I know for the people in this morning chat, we were thinking, YG came from us. It did not. Look, show them your sweatshirt. You already had the YG going on here. So that is her nickname. Yielding Grace is obviously too much effort to say. So YG is the term going forward, I guess. So what, as far as high yield ETFs, I think it's Misty, but what was the first fund or type of fund that interested you? And did you understand options before you got into them, or did you kind of learn options as you got into them?
Yeah, so what I think is so unique is how everything kind of fell into place. My dad had taught my mom and I about covered calls and options 3 years ago, way before I got into high yield ETFs. So when I was introduced to high yield ETFs, I had already had that foundation of understanding how options and covered calls work. So that helped make me understand it that much better and that much faster.
So were you trading? Were you trading options
Yes.
before? You
Yeah.
were, okay.
Yes. I was doing
Nice.
covered calls, yeah, on like a weekly basis. So yeah, that really helped me be able to understand how these funds work. Whereas when I talk to some of my friends, they're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. You could be talking a different language. We don't know what
Yeah,
covered calls and options are. So the fact that my dad introduced me to the covered calls before even knowing that these high yield ETFs existed made a huge difference.
Okay, so the next question will be that a lot of people ask, why not do it yourself, right? Why pay YieldMax? Why pay Roundhill? Or do you do both? A lot of people say, I'm done. I don't want to sit on the computer all day. I'll pay them to do it. They're the experts. And some people say they do both, and some, I don't know, it's a variation. What's your opinion on that?
I am still open to doing it myself. I don't do it as much as I did before. I like having the professionals do it for me. And I just love how mindless the high yield ETFs are. You click buy and you get paid. Was my draw to traditional dividend stocks. And that was my draw to these high yield ETFs. I just love how easy and simple it is. Where covered calls, it takes a little bit more. You have to be watching it, and if it's going to hit your strike price by Friday, you're like, oh, I don't know, should I roll, should I not? So yeah.
So you'd rather hit one button instead of like 3 buttons to get paid, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I know, no options. It is work. It involves, staring at the screen. So, but as you got into these funds, what was the worst thing? I guess, what's the biggest letdown that you saw in investing in these funds? Was there a particular fund that you said, I'm getting out of this one, I don't like this one, or have you not like sold anything and you're kind of just still so new to it?
So I started with all YieldMax. I was a huge YieldMax maxi for a while. I was only pouring into YieldMax. But then when I came across Roundhill and having those weekly payers,
Yeah.
I started kind of transitioning my strategy a little bit because I could get paid more frequent with the Roundhill weeklies when YieldMax was still monthly. So, for example, I had Tesla for a while, and I felt I could put that into TSLW in Roundhill to make more money every week. So I kind of transitioned my position from Tesla to TSLW. But other than that, I have held most of my shares from the beginning, from my YieldMax maxi days.
Okay. So did I hear this correctly? You moved because you wanted to get paid weekly, basically.
Yeah, I wanted to get paid more. Yes, every week.
Okay. And now YieldMax is weekly. So now what
Yeah.
do you do?
So I think for me, it just depends on like what's going to give me the most amount of money for my money. I just want to make sure that I'm getting paid the most that I possibly can.
So are you only in YieldMax and Roundhill then, or do you have a piece of the pie everywhere?
I'm mainly in YieldMax and Roundhill. I do have one Granite Shares funds.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what is your number one, I'll say, favorite fund?
Right now, I love HOW from Roundhill.
HOOW?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was on the Spaces, your ultra portfolio on Spaces, right?
Yes, where it
Yeah.
was just all degenerate funds and everyone else was picking really nice, safe funds, and mine were like, nope, I want the most amount of money possible. So HOW has been very, very good to me.
Yeah. So far, right? And
Yeah.
hopefully Robinhood, because again, obviously it can go both ways, but if
Yes.
you got into that fund at the right time, you're probably sitting pretty.
Exactly. Yeah. And it wasn't even one that was really on my radar for a little bit. And it wasn't until my mom was like, Rachel, I think that we should look into HOW. It's been paying pretty consistently. And I was like, oh, really? So her and I were like, okay, let's do it together. And we got in at a great price before Robinhood became part of the S&P 500. So it was perfect timing.
Nice. Yeah, and to the community, real quick, if you guys have any questions for Rachel, aka YG, just type question and then obviously follow it up with a question. So the name Yield and Grace, was that something you knew you had from the beginning, or did you have to think about that, or where did it come from?
Yeah. So I wanted to incorporate my love for high yield ETFs and also the number one most important thing in my life, which is my faith. So I wanted to be able to combine those two. And I thought Yield and Grace was the perfect combination.
It is. No, if it fits well for you, for sure. So one of obviously you said you kind of got into the space to basically educate, help people understand who are maybe newer with the funds. What's the biggest misconception that you see, like the haters maybe like that they say about these funds that is just completely false and incorrect, and that you want to kind of explain to the community that that's not accurate per se?
Well, I think with these haters, there's two that they really hone in on, and it's NAV erosion and that these funds are Ponzi schemes. And I got the inspiration to make my high yield ETF myths debunked from just seeing these two things over and over and over again. And I'm living proof that they're not Ponzi schemes. And NAV erosion is a thing, but there are ways to be able to combat that. And, you know, it's not a growth stock. These are not growth stocks. These are for income. So you have to know what you're getting yourself into before investing in these things. And that's why I wanted to create my channel to help educate and have people be fully aware of how these high yield ETFs work. So they don't get scared when they go on X and just hear all these people saying such negative things about them.
So Ponzi scheme is maybe the one that gets you the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I get it, because at first, when my mom and I heard about the yields and distributions, it's like, what? Even my dad, it was like, it seems like it's too good to be true. So I think that it's so easy to hate on something that you're not, you know, experiencing for yourself. So I think that there's always going to be hate and negativity no matter what it is.
So your dad, you said your dad told you about the funds from my channel. Did he show you my channel, and were you like, what is this? You know, because it's not, my channel's not normal by any means. You know, there's noises, there's singing. Was that the best way for you to learn? Were you confused on what your dad was providing you here?
No, absolutely. And to be honest, I send your channel to literally everyone I know. Anyone who wants to get interested in investing and who wants to start, I'm like, you have to watch this channel. It's so much fun, and you just make investing seem so fun and easy. You really break it down so well. And when my dad showed me your channel, and the rest of my family, I have 3 brothers, so we're all huge Retire on Dividends fans. And we were just like, wow, this is incredible. And you just opened up a whole new world for us.
Do you sing along, or?
My dad does.
I like him. So this term has been going around. Are you roped into this term instead of using NAV erosion, NAV evolution?
Yes, absolutely. I love NAV evolution instead of NAV erosion.
Yeah, it's I guess, well, ETF Delta, shout out to ETF Delta, I believe. Ambassador told me he came up with it. So now everyone's kind of running with it.
Yes.
So yeah, what's the plan with your channel? Obviously 4 weeks, I know, so new. So you probably have so much to talk about, so much to cover. Do you plan on just talking about high yield dividends, or do you plan on educating on options, or maybe even like retirement, things like that? But
Yeah, definitely. I want to be able to capture my full journey on my investing path and be able to have everyone join along with me and continue to educate people on how these things work and have it not be so intimidating, especially for beginners. That's super important to me, because I think more people should be able to understand these kinds of things and not be so intimidated by it.
so your focus is really just beginners, at least for now, right? To educate them on all the funds, or maybe do you plan on teaching options or just sticking with the ETFs for now?
Yeah, I definitely plan on maybe doing some options in the future and just seeing where things go. Honestly, for my videos, they've just been kind of coming to me like when I least expect it. And I'll be like, oh, good idea. Let me write that down for my video this week. So just going with the flow and seeing where it takes me.
And how can people find your videos? Like, is it once a week on your channel? Do you have a set schedule, or is it kind of like, I'll do one?
So I've been trying to do 1 to 2 videos a week and stay pretty consistent with that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's a good start. Not too crazy.
Exactly.
That's what I said too in the beginning, and then here we are. But so there's a rumor, right? There's a rumor going around that you're not real, right?
Yeah.
You're AI.
Yes.
You are a robot.
Yes.
Um,
Exactly.
So where did that come from?
I have no idea. And to be honest, I'm so glad I'm able to do this video call with you so that people can fully know that I'm not AI. But I have no idea where that came from. It kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's a new one. And when one person started, people just started jumping on the bandwagon and it kind of turned into this thing that I'm AI.
Well, I don't know if this is going to help, but because I could be talking to a robot, right? I don't know. Like, is that her? But no one thought I was AI. I guess maybe this is needs some work done then.
Um,
So what is when you came out and you started? I guess you're mostly a YouTuber, right? I know you're on X a lot, but I wanted to ask, like, where are the haters more, YouTube or X?
Oh, definitely on X. The one morning I woke up and I was literally just getting attacked on X. I had not even been up for 10 seconds and I have one eye open and one eye closed. And I'm like, whoa, what just happened? And so, yeah, that has been very interesting.
Wow. See, I say the opposite. I think YouTube's worse, but
Really? Oh,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't get too involved in X. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But YouTube is because I feel like they could just, although I guess they could say anything anywhere. So here's brother AB. He's here every day. So shout out to brother AB. Good morning, Rod and YG. What's your day job, and do you plan on keeping it or going full-time content creator?
yeah, that's a great question. I still work for my family's small business. So my parents and I work together every day. So that's so nice that my parents are my boss. But I plan on continuing to keep working. Hopefully, one day I could be a full time content creator and also be able to live off of my portfolio. But for right now, I'm still working.
As long as they don't fire you, right?
Yes, exactly. As long as they don't fire me.
Make sure you say nice things about your family on video.
Yes.
Do they watch your videos?
Oh, yeah. My
Yeah.
parents are my biggest supporters. So I'm very blessed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's does that make you feel uncomfortable though, knowing that people watch your video?
Um, at first, a little bit, I was like, if I'm going to be putting this stuff out there, because I feel like sometimes finances can be a bit of a taboo subject, especially when you're showing exactly how much you're making. But I kind of had to put that aside and just say, I want to be able to help inspire others. And that's more important to me than what I think the people in my life are going to say or think.
Yeah, that was big for me. I was like a closet YouTuber, and then I didn't say anything until I started making money, which took me a long time, like 5 years. But it just feels different knowing that people watch you. I don't know. That's my thought on it. People
Yeah. Yeah.
So do other people, like your friends and whatnot, do they watch it, or do you kind of keep that a secret there too?
No, yeah, my friends do watch my videos too. I'm part of a women's Bible study that we meet every week. And some of the girls from my Bible study also watch my videos. So, and they'll come up to me and ask me questions. And that makes me super happy and excited because some of them want to get started in their investing journeys. And
So you
that's
put it all out there right away. You're like, boom,
yeah.
nice. That's where all those subs came from. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so you said you skipped the college route, which is interesting. I don't have a degree either, so I'm with you there. What did you attempt college at all, or were you just like, I hate school, I'm getting into my parents' business?
Yeah, I hated school. I absolutely hated it. I put a lot of pressure on myself to be perfect all the time and to get straight A's. And my parents would be like, Rachel, why do you put this kind of pressure on yourself? Like, we really don't care that much. It's okay to get a B. And I'd be like, no, I have to get an A. I have to get 100. So school was really rough for me from just putting so much pressure on myself that once I was done with high school, I was like, I do not want anything to do with school ever again. And both my parents did not go to college. So I come from a very entrepreneurial background and family. So that helped too, that my parents were okay with me not going to college.
Yeah, we have all of that alike as well. So
Oh,
the no degree still stands in this family, but
yes.
maybe my kids. But
Yeah.
again, I'm not, no pressure there
Yeah.
for them. But no, so that's good. So you don't really have, you're not in a rush to jump into retirement. It sounds like you kind of enjoy your day job, right?
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that there's no date for you. You're kind of just playing it by ear. You're building the income clearly. It sounds like you're reinvesting the whole thing. But what's the plan there? Do you have like a 5 year, 10 year, or you don't know? You're just gonna play by ear.
Yes, I'm kind of just rolling with the punches because this has snowballed and compounded in a way that never in a billion years or in my wildest dreams I thought that it could. If you had told me 2 years ago or even a year ago that my portfolio would be making what it does today, I would say, you are crazy and there's no way. So, with that being said, who knows where this will go in a year from now? So I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, and so are my parents. So it's good that we're kind of all on board with that.
Are you 100% allocated to high yield ETFs?
Yeah, I am 100%. And that's where a lot of people on X are like, you are insane. And I'm like, well, I am at the age where I can take some risk. So for me, it's worth it right now. And that's not to say that my strategy can't change in the future. I think that's what's so great about investing. You can change your strategy at any time. But for right now, this is what works for me.
Should we add degenerate? Should we, like YGD
Yes,
maybe in the name? Yeah.
for sure, definitely.
Speaking of degenerate, dividend degenerates. He's also a new YouTuber. He wants to know why not more yield boost. I think you said earlier you have one yield boost fund.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just really love YieldMax and Roundhill right now. That's not to say I won't add more yield boosts in the future, but for right now, I'm kind of just focused on my YieldMax and Roundhill funds.
So what is the one yield boost that caught your eye?
Coy, COYY.
Well, of course, the yield is what,
Yeah.
160%.
Do you sense a theme here?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm guessing these new YieldMax 100% club, whatever they're calling it, that may be made for you, like custom made for you.
It was perfectly made for me, exactly.
Did they make it for you?
Yeah.
So I know nav erosion's a bad word, nav evolution, whatever we're calling it. So what the people that say, these funds only go down, they're paying you your own money, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even I'm sure you see it, right? You probably get the comments on YouTube, on X. Do you respond? Are you trying? I think you did say you're trying to educate and help everyone, even the haters. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I do try to respond to every single person that I possibly can, even if they are being not so nice and a hater, because I feel they are misled and there's an answer and a response to what they're saying. So I'm just trying to do my best to educate as many people as possible, even if they just don't want to hear it at all whatsoever. But that is a little bit more of a battle mentally. And, my family's like, you don't have to respond to everyone. And I'm like, no, but I do. I want to be able to help these people.
Have you changed anyone's mind? Has it worked?
Not that I know of. For right now, that I know of.
That's my thought. Like their mind is set. There's no, they hate the funds, right?
Yes.
So my thought is like, okay, great. That's fine. Don't buy them. I don't care. Right.
Yeah.
It's not my fund, right? We're just here to help, talk about the funds. But no, I appreciate, I can imagine the effort involved with that. But let me know when you do flip someone.
I will, for sure.
All right, saw some questions. I think I already asked you this. Oh no, you said HOOW was your overall favorite. Which YieldMax is your favorite?
I would say right now it's a tie between Platy and Hui. I love Platy. Platy has been very good to me.
And Hui, so more Robinhood, huh?
Yes,
so you love Robinhood.
I love Robinhood. Yeah.
No, I'm with you because, well, I'm a little older than you, but they are the reason I got into investing because they came out with a commission free. I'm sure your dad can probably speak of this. Like did he ever tell you like the commission, like that you used to have to pay, like, because early on that was always a turnoff. And then Robinhood, they just kind of changed the game, right? So is that why you like Robinhood, or you just like it because of the interface and ease of use?
I love the interface for it, especially for beginners. I just think it's so user friendly. My parents use E-Trade and I started on E-Trade and it was a little bit more complicated and complex. So when I transferred over to Robinhood, I just loved how easy everything was, and their margin interest rates are fantastic. So I just love everything about Robinhood.
All right, well, let's take this question here, maybe a little personal, but TNA wants to know any engagement in the near future. Love is in the air. You don't have to answer that, but and then that's what's going on here? What's going on here?
Hello, RoD. Hello, offspring. Offspring, what happened to your phone? Oh, my head is killing me. You didn't think you were going to have me on and then I turn into some kind of, wow, what happened there?
Yeah, I love, it's funny because I have a cone head just like that, and I thought about it, but I couldn't find it. So.
Oh my goodness.
For those that may or may be confused right now, would you like to introduce yourself? I know you probably didn't want to hear that other question right before you came on, but would you like to?
What's that?
No, would you like to introduce yourself? Who are you? Where'd you come from? What's going on?
I'm Rachel's dad, and YG the dad. I guess that's how it comes up there.
Yeah, one too many clicks, I guess, right?
It's early.
Yeah, exactly. No, welcome to the morning show. I appreciate you joining as well. I definitely appreciate the Conehead. Is that your favorite movie, the Coneheads?
Well, it never really stuck with me until you started doing it, and it's like Gold Digger. Now every time we go out somewhere and I have to pay for something, I start singing it as soon as I hand over my card.
And people looking at you like, what's going on here?
Very few people understand it, but the ones that do really enjoy it.
Yeah. I know. I got to control myself with singing it too. It's funny because in the beginning, like the very beginning, when I started doing that, the people were like, stop, please stop. I can't, Well, but I'm glad I kept doing it.
When you said, oh, should I stop singing? I was just like, oh, you can't do that. That would be awful. I mean, every morning, we had last Christmas, we had all the kids over, and the ones that were up real early would hear it echo through the house. And you wouldn't even know if they're listening or not. But then throughout the day, you hear them walk by you going, you take my money. And it just make me chuckle.
Do you guys listen to that song now, like the real song, and have appreciation for it? Or is it only my version?
I actually like your version better.
All right. Yeah, no, well, We'll have to do karaoke one day.
Oh God,
On the road.
you have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. So, so YG Dad, again, thank you for joining, and thank you YG for allowing him to come on. So, how did you get involved with investing when you were younger? Is this something your parents taught you, or did you just kind of figure it out when you got older?
My parents always invested in stuff. I learned, um, well, Rachel unfortunately got it from me to be the all-in person because I watched my mom try to get my dad to invest in things, and he would always shoot it down, and those things would have been unbelievable. So when it comes to our philosophy is go in, go big, and if it doesn't work out, try something different. But the stocks, I mean, I've been doing it since back in '08 when everything crashed. That was a fun time to just be buying everything up. And but now it's amazing. I mean, back when I was younger, you had to look in the newspaper to see what the stock did for the day. Now it's everywhere. You can have it on your phone. I mean, to be able to not, learn how to invest or just even invest safely, you're missing a big opportunity, especially young people.
Yeah, for sure. And would you say these young people are spoiled nowadays and they have no idea how hard it was to even buy a stock, right? In the past?
Or to trade it. I mean, you couldn't just tap a button on your phone. You had to call a guy and you had to pay that guy, and you don't know what you're getting it at. You can't see it live and bid and ask, and it was a crapshoot at the time. Now you can see run everything live on a platform all day long.
So you've actually done that, right? You called someone to sell your stock, right? Can you walk us through that? So how does that work? Just so we can revisit that maybe. You actually just call someone, do you give them a limit order? Do you give them a range and then you just wait to hear back?
Well, it was a long time ago, but yeah, you would call up and you say, I want to buy Coca-Cola. The last price, I guess, from the day before was this price, and you give them a price range to execute at, and then you find out later on if you got it or not. It's not like now where it's instant, where you can buy and flip, and I like to day trade. Sometimes you see patterns, and you can buy in and buy out, and in 15 minutes make money. Before, you didn't have that option.
Exactly. YG, so what do you think? Your dad's here. Obviously, you're comfortable being on camera with him. When you told your dad you're gonna open a YouTube channel, was he like yes, or was he like no, please don't?
So I actually didn't tell him before I started it. I
Ooh.
started it, I made a few videos, and then just randomly one day at work, I started showing my mom a few of my videos, and my dad happened to walk by, and he was like, "What are you guys watching?" Because he heard my voice. And then he came over and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool." So from there, he was so supportive and excited for me.
Does he ask you to sing on your videos or?
No, thank God, because that would be really bad.
So Dad, do you watch all of her videos and do you critique her or you just give positive feedback?
No, I have to critique her. I have to tell her the truth. I mean, I want her to, just like investing, I want her to learn from things she does and doesn't do. And if I have some input that helps it, I absolutely want to tell her, it's being put out there for everybody to see. So she should have positive and negative feedback.
What's your thought on her 100% high yield portfolio? She's allocated to 100% high yield dividends.
My daughter is the all-in girl. She looks beautiful like my wife, but she's got my personality where she gets something in her head and she runs with it.
So you are a degenerate as well, Dad?
I am a different type of degenerate. I I don't know if I should even go into it, but I do everything from cover calls to day trades, and it's we've been working together since she got out of high school. So I'll never forget the first day we were driving to work, and I handed her my phone. I said, Rach, I need you to buy this and buy like 300 shares of it. And she puts it up on the phone, and she sees the amount of money it is, and she starts shaking. And now she's just like, oh, that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, that was the
She's
first
become
grade.
numb to it.
Nice. Yeah, so for those in the community watching, if you have a question for YG or YGDD Dad, please type question in the comments and follow up with your question. Don't be afraid. Dad and YG will not bite, right?
No,
You got to be
yeah.
nice to YG now, or else there's trouble. So
Daddy's very protective.
watch out, haters. Don't be messing around anymore. So why did you leave Jersey? What's up with that? What's going on here?
Well, a few reasons.
Weather.
Taxes. The taxes on our house were ridiculous.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know.
Come October, the leaves change. It's beautiful, and then you go into winter till pretty much May, and we don't have that down here. We have spring, pre-summer, summer, pre-spring, spring, pre-summer. So we're outside all the time. We like being outside. We like, being able to do things outside. So as we're getting older too, especially my wife and myself, it just seems to work out better for us physically and mentally.
Yeah. No, congrats on the move. I'm jealous.
Well, if you want an opinion, it's the greatest thing ever. Just saying.
No regrets, huh?
Yeah.
My wife can hear you. Right?
I've been back to Jersey once, and
that was enough.
That was plenty. I was like, okay, where's the sun?
Yeah, I know. It hasn't been bad yet, but it's getting there. Question for Dad. Sorry, YG.
Okay.
You'll get your time. But I know you trade your own options, so you may not even own any of these funds. But if you do, regardless, what is your favorite of the degenerate ETFs, high yield ETFs?
Well, my favorite ETF is BitX, if that's considered a Bitcoin ETF.
That's a degen.
I love the cover calls on it. I love the dividend on it. I love the price action of it. But overall, I mean, my wife is like my daughter. She has a lot of in her portfolio. I guess Misty was the one when it started coming out and we started watching your guesstimates, and we would go out to breakfast every Wednesday morning before work, and we see what the price action was and what we would make that morning, and we would just have breakfast and just laugh about it. That it was just money for nothing.
Yeah, get paid to hit a button. We were talking about that before. Rachel doesn't want to trade options anymore because she has to hit extra buttons, right?
Yeah, that 3-button thing that's a tough one.
It's too much.
Especially if you have nails. I guess if you don't have nails, it's easier.
Yeah. I guess this is a question. Maybe they meant, are you a very proud dad?
I've been proud of my baby since the day she was born. She's been the easiest kid you could ever have. I mean, I drove her to school every day because we would just pick on each other and just have the best time going to school. And in elementary school, they said, well, what are you going to do when you go to high school? I said, I'll drive her to high school. We used to bring my bulldog along. She was our mascot. And then I did it in high school. And she pretty much told her friends, this is my dad. He's around most of the time. If you want to hang out, we hang out. If you don't, no problem. But I give her space when she wants her space, but we've been best friends since day one.
So if you're friends with YG, or if you go on a date with YG, you're pretty much going on a date with her dad too.
No, I don't date. That's when my wife and I get date night.
Yeah. Okay. So did your dad ever embarrass you?
Oh God.
YG?
I'm
No,
sure a few times, but not that I can recall right now.
just forget those, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does no state income tax impact how you invest? Actually, on that note, are there other surprise expenses that the state of Florida brings that maybe New Jersey actually didn't have? I know New Jersey rips you off every which way they can, but does Florida hit you up different ways since there's no income tax? And have you invested differently since you have no income tax?
I really never even think about it. The one thing that's good, especially as I'm getting older, uh, I worry about New Jersey had a death tax. New Jersey has an inheritance tax. And I'm thinking about all this tax when my time comes to vanish. I want whatever I have to go to my kids. I don't want it to be half of it being drawn up into being distributed to people who are just going to give it away.
Yeah.
But down here, I haven't come across anything that's a negative as far as taxes or additional. I mean, we go out more, so that does cost more money.
But it was a huge, so you got a raise when you moved there.
Got a big raise.
Went from paying like 6-7% state income tax to 0. So,
and you take down the tax from my house, that's another big bonus.
Yeah, cut that in a third probably, right?
I guess car insurance went up a little bit.
Yeah,
That's the one thing.
Yeah, I was going to say our car insurance did go up because there's just so many people in Florida. So,
yeah, so that's probably the only negative.
And you might get eaten by an alligator. Is that a negative or?
Possibly. Yes.
I like the alligators. I like seeing them.
We do see alligators quite often.
Are they near your house?
Yeah.
You actually have seen them?
Oh yeah.
Anywhere there's water, there's an alligator.
And what do? You just run?
You look at them, you wave at them, and you walk by.
Or you pet them?
Smile and wave.
So you're a true conversion Floridian now, right? I'm sure when you first saw one, you probably ran. But.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Even more amazing, we have these sandhill cranes. They're about 4-foot birds, and you're walking down the street, and they're usually in groups of 2, and you see these massive pterodactyl-looking things, and they're intimidating first, but you realize they're just giant sparrows.
Yeah, and the bugs. I think the bugs there's more of them, and they're different.
They're just bigger. They're the same amount. They're just bigger.
Yeah, so that's another thing. But
and the geckos, the little lizards.
Yeah, we have lizards.
Nikki's also a Jersey girl here. We got Bob, who's in Jersey. So there's a fair amount of people. Although Bob's not a trader, I believe Nikki is. So it's everyone's leaving. But like I said, I can't blame them. So did you actually buy the cone head for this video, or did you own the cone head?
Yeah, no, I don't just own cone heads to walk around the house and no, I actually had to get it when I saw the thread come up saying, do we make the sound? I'm like, oh boy. Well, I'm the all-in guy, so let's go. I thought about getting an outfit too, but I said, let's tone it down. This is Rachel's deal. I'm just here for fun.
Yeah, it kind of just, I don't know. I don't even know where that came from, to be honest, Coney head, but it's now a part of it. But do you have any advice for your daughter's YouTube channel? Like, obviously, I don't know if you know this, but her growth is insane. Like how quick she grew. It took me 5 years to get like 200 subscribers. To give you an idea, all right? My first video was in a car, right? I still record in the car, but just to give you an idea, although it was harder, a little harder then, but her growth is insane. So not like she needs help, but if you were to give her advice on help to grow the channel, what would you tell her?
I can't give her any advice. She's doing so good. I mean, she's also been blessed to have your platform and ambassador and people that have been so nice and so supportive that have brought her on and let her speak. And I mean, if you had that back when you started, I'm sure with the way you come across and the fun you make it, I'm sure you would have tenfolded what you did to start out with.
Yeah. I wish Rachel could see my some of my older comments on the videos. People were brutal then, man. Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
I don't understand that. If you don't like something and to take the time to sit there and comment and knock people down repetitively, why wouldn't you just go to something you like and be happy and do positive comments? I never understood why anybody takes that kind of time out of their day.
I think it's because they have too much time, right? You're going to spend that much additional time to complain about a fund just that you don't have to be involved with. You don't have to invest. You don't have to watch this video. Do what you want to do. It's because their funds are boring. Their life is boring, so they want a piece of the action, right? No, I think they just want a reaction.
Yeah.
So that's the route I go, is just pretend they don't exist. But so do you guys have any special announcement to the channel or anything? Do you guys plan on doing anything together on the channel?
Yes, actually, thank you for bringing that up. We have a new series starting this week called Generations of Wealth, where my dad and I will try to sit down once a week on either a video or a live stream. And we'll talk about our different investing strategies and the importance of teaching your kids about investing, and also be able to ask or answer questions. So our first kind of intro video comes out today at 12 o'clock, and people can comment their questions so that sometime this week we can either make a video or go on a live stream.
Awesome. So is this how often will this series be? Or we don't know. We're just going to play it by ear. We'll see how it goes.
So right now we're thinking once a week. So either a once a week video or live stream.
Okay. Now, can Dad handle the hateful comments? Can he handle the haters? Or
Oh, I'm a lot better at it than Rachel. I don't even acknowledge it. I'm just like, yeah, well, whatever. She takes it a little bit more to heart. Like, why would somebody say that? I'm like, well, because look, it is what it is.
yeah. So you did a pre-record, but you'll do what, live streams to Q&A with the community? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So and I'm sorry, repeat the generational wealth. What was the name of the series?
Generations of Wealth.
Generations of Wealth. Okay.
Yes, multiple generations talking about how we perceive things and trying to teach parents, to make it fun for your kids, try to invest in something they like when they're young so they could see it grow.
Exactly.
So when they get old enough to do it themselves, they want to be part of it. I mean, now it's insane. You pay weekly, and kids, there's no way they cannot like getting paid extra money just for doing nothing other than owning.
Exactly. Yeah. One topic I would want you guys to cover, if it's up to me, is how to get younger kids, even like I have a 9-year-old, how to even get them like involved at all, right, with investing, or make them even care. I know it's a little hard at that age, right? So I just do, oh, look at the Tesla, isn't it cool? You want to buy Tesla stock, something like that. So if you guys ever needed, I guess, an idea, there's one, because obviously a lot of parents out there who, they're involved with investing. They probably want to teach their kids early on so they don't have to struggle and learn it later on in life when it's too late, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that might be the subject for the first series.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you gonna have guests?
Yes. We would love to have you as a guest.
you and your 9-year-old, we could start a whole series, The Next Generations of Wealth.
Yeah. Did you see he's been on here. He has a short. I don't know if you guys seen it.
No, we've never seen it.
Yeah. It's a Murney short. It's me. Yeah, me joking around saying I bought a Murney. You'll like it. I won't say anything more, but it was kind of like a comic skit, and I want him to get more involved with the channel at some point. But we are at the I'll say 5-minute mark. So I know obviously you have the big announcement on the series. Is there something else that you want to, I guess, maybe tell the community about your investment journey, your channel, or what's the best place they can reach you?
Yeah, so definitely here on YouTube and also on X. I think I'm actually a little bit more active on X because it's more of a daily basis that I'm posting, where YouTube is more once or twice a week. So if you really want to follow my journey and see what I'm getting paid most days, I post on Tuesdays and Fridays what I get paid from my dividends that day, then definitely follow me on X.
Yes. So here's her YouTube channel, Yielding Grace. 3,400 subscribers. Again, 4 weeks in the making. Killing it. Killing it. Your most popular video killed it too. 24,000 views. So congrats.
Thank you.
But yeah, she's also on X. So make sure to go check her out. The link will be, her YouTube channel will be linked to the top of the comments. Let me fix this. Which one's the best one? I don't know. There we go. All right. I don't know. But yeah, so I mean, as far as when we get to the end of the video, before that, I have to ask a question. And if you want to answer individually together, that's fine. Because I know I know YG's Bitcoin. I'm not sure if that is, but what is your prediction on Bitcoin by the end of this year, and your prediction for Bitcoin in 5 years?
Yeah. So we are a Bitcoin family. So I think we're all Bitcoin maxis, by the way. For the end of this year, I am going to be very bullish. And I'm going to say 250,000. And I think in 5 years, definitely over 1 million.
Okay. Can you match that, Dad?
No, I can't. I'm looking at the 130 to 140 range by the end of the year. 5 years, 500,000, and then progressively you're gonna have dips and ups and downs. But yeah, I'm a Bitcoiner because my wife and my daughter decided that you're buying Bitcoin whether you like it or not, and I said okay, and I'm part of the crew.
Nice. So you have half the expectation of your daughter as far as the prediction.
Hey, I hope she's right. If she's right, I win. I'm wrong, right? I'm just right.
Yeah. Well, it is green in honor of you guys showing up here today. Bitcoin is green. I know the last time I was joking with her, she did spaces, the market tanked.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? But
And thank you, Rachel. I had a great day that day buying up
seems
stuff.
like every time I do an interview, the market tanks. So it's nice to know that at least this morning we have some green on Bitcoin.
Yes. Well, you got to do more Monday interviews, I think, because Friday has not been too nice to us. So how do we end this? We got to do a keyword. Should we sing or should we just do the keyword? But
oh boy.
I think keyword.
You say keyword. Okay. We'll save the singing for another day, maybe. So I think obviously you guys watch my channel. Towards the end of the video, we do a keyword, which obviously people have to type in to prove that they made it through the whole hour. So I've been asking, the guests on the morning show, if they would like to do the keyword. So I'll let you guys think about that while I wrap it up. And as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. She is not a financial advisor. He is not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully everyone had fun. Hopefully everyone was entertained. If not, oh well, right? But yeah. But no, I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate the the entertainment aspect, keeping it fun, and I definitely appreciate the cone head. You're not getting reimbursed, sorry.
Thank you so much for having us on, and thank you for the platform that you provided for my daughter. I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you've done for her and the community out there that on your community who's been so supportive. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
She deserves it, and you guys are fun. So I like the people who are just, they're not like too serious. I just,
The ones that get it.
That you had a cone head, like now I like you even more. So, so this is not the end. There's much more we should all do together because this is just
Absolutely
entertaining, education. Again, make it fun. Investing should not be as boring as people make it. That being said, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it to Rachel and Dad, you got to say the keyword. So does anyone have a keyword, or are we going to have to go reach out to the community?
Rach, you got one?
I'm thinking generational wealth.
Ooh, plug right there, right?
Or generations of wealth.
Yeah.
Exactly. So say it again, generations of wealth.
Generations of wealth.
Okay, so the keyword today, if you made it this far in the video, which is also the name of the series, Generations of Wealth. So expect YG to have a new sweatshirt tomorrow, Generations of Wealth. And I'll have to figure out who you use too, because I'm slacking on that aspect. I gotta up my game on that. But so yeah, you have to type in the YouTube comments and on X, Generations of Wealth. And make sure, when's the first episode? Is that coming up, you said?
Yeah, so a little introduction video comes out today at 12 o'clock.
Today at 12 o'clock. Don't miss it. It's not live, right? It's going to be premiere, or do you just post regular?
Yeah, just a regular pre-recorded video.
You got to do premieres. YouTube likes premieres.
Okay, perfect.
We'll talk about that.
Perfect.
But no, thank you again for joining. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for watching after the fact. I appreciate you. If you two want to hang on a second, I'm going to end the stream right here. Any final words for the community?
Oh, thank you so much for having me, and this has been so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you for all your support.
Yes.
You take my money
when I'm in need.